We talked about reported speech. So this is how you change it. This is the most important part. The idea with reported speech is it means someone told you something and you're going to tell it to someone else. This is the idea. Okay, so this is what it means when we say reported speech. You're reporting something that someone told you, you're going to say it to someone else. For example, if I say to you that I was busy last night. So I tell you I was busy last night. So when you say this to Hajar, you will change it, right? You won't say he was busy last night. You will say he told me that he had been busy last night. Do you get the idea? So there's a change in grammar.
Yes.
There's a change from the past simple, it becomes past perfect. So if we're gonna very quickly answer this, or at least put each one in the right box. So if you've got present continuous, you need to use the past continuous when you report it. For example, here, I think if we check them from the example, it's better. Here, let me show you. So for example, I can't come to the meeting on Monday. And you can see here, she told me that she can't. Here, she told me she couldn't come to the meeting on Monday. Can you see G? So number one is G. Can you see it, how it changed?
Yes.
So there's a change in grammar. So number one is G. Okay, let me show you number two. I was in a car accident. She told me, she said that she had been in a car accident, A. Do you see? Was, it changed and it became had been. She said that she'd been in a car accident.
This meaning in past simple change to the
past perfect.
Past perfect, yes.
Correct, correct. And number three, I won't be able to walk on it for a month. H, she said she wouldn't be able to walk on it for a month. So will becomes would and won't becomes wouldn't. Okay, so this is H. And then we have, I've already had one operation. D, she told me that she'd already had one operation. Even present perfect is past perfect. So you've got two things, the past simple changes to past perfect, and the present perfect also changes to past perfect. Okay. Okay. So let me repeat number four again. I've already had. I have already had. So this is present perfect. When you change it, when you report it to someone else, she told me that she'd already had one operation. She had. Two had. So this is past perfect. Okay, number five, I'm having another operation on Friday. I'm having. So this is present continuous. You can see it here when you report it in E. She said that she was having. I'm having, was having. Do you see the change? Present continuous, yes. Past continuous.
Yes.
And number six, I still want to be in the program. B, she said that she still wanted. So present simple, past simple. She still wanted, B. And number seven, they're going to start filming soon. I told her that they were going to start filming soon. So going to becomes was going to, or were going to. So also a change to the past. They were going to film soon. F. You must changes to had to. So where is it? You must talk. Which one is left? Yeah, see. I told her that she had to talk to you. So must becomes had to.
Had to.
So this is the general rule. Everything changes to the past. This is the idea. Alaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
Hi, how are you today?
Fine, alhamdulillah. How about you?
I'm okay. We're having a quick revision here about our topic from last time. So I'm just telling Sana that everything moves to the past, usually when we report it to someone else. This is the general idea. And of course, when you report something, you have to use said or told, right? Because you're gonna repeat what someone told you, you're gonna repeat it to someone else. This is your idea. Okay, so we're gonna continue talking about, I think we can skip this. Okay, let's skip it. This is another exercise. Sentence again. Okay, this is nice, number 10. So this is a bit of an exercise. So here, what I want you, let's start with Sana. So Sana, I want you to use a few examples here. Think of any examples. Think of 4 sentences, okay?
Okay.
I want you to think of 4 sentences, Sana, using these beginnings, these phrases. So for example, you can say, I can swim, I can't swim, I really like chocolate, you know, anything. It could be anything, okay? I'm going to write your examples, and then Hajar is going to report your examples to me, okay?
Okay.
And after that, Hajar is going to write a few examples about herself, and then you can report them to me. So this is the idea of the exercise, okay? So let's write your examples first, and then we can report them, and then Hajar can report them. So talk about anything. You don't have to do all of them, just choose 4 of them, and you can choose any phrases.
Okay.
For example, I can. Tell me something you can do. Sana? Hello?
Uh,
Can you hear me?
okay.
Can you hear me, Sana? I can't hear you. I think you've got a problem with your connection. Yes, your connection is a little weak.
About the sentence.
You're thinking, it's easy. Think of any
Yes,
sentence
I
you
hear
can.
you.
Okay, tell me anything you can do or anything you can't do. Can you speak Japanese?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, can you speak Japanese?
Maybe the internet weak.
Yes, your internet is weak, yes.
Maybe, yes.
Okay.
You hear me now?
I can hear you. Okay, give me some examples.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Still not clear, but I can hear you.
Okay.
Can you speak Japanese, Sana?
Okay, I can't go to shopping.
I can't go shopping. Okay. All right.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I couldn't.
All right. Okay. I really like. What do you like? Tell me something you like.
Okay. No, I couldn't.
Okay, you don't report it. Sana, Hajar will report it to me. You just write the sentences. ما غير reporting. انت بتكتبيهم بس.
I really like cooking.
Okay, I really like cooking. Okay. What about last year? Tell me something you did last year.
Okay. Yes. I really like cooking.
Sana, check your internet connection. I think you have a problem. Hajar, can you hear me clearly? Is it from me or is it from Sana?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, so it's
No,
her.
Yeah.
سناء عندك مشكلة في النت متاعك ممكن يبي ريستارت ولا حد خاش معك في النت لو حد تاني ينزل ولا يستعمل فيه معك ضاعف عليك لأنه ضعف تسمع فيها مخر أنت.
I went to Tunisia last year.
Okay.
Okay. No. G. For G لكن.
Okay. تمام. آخر مثال سنة. Last example. What about I've never? Okay, so she disconnected. Okay, Hajar, can you report Sana's sentences back to me? Can you report them back to me? So her 3 sentences, we're gonna report them.
Okay. She said.
Okay. Good. Yes.
She said. She said that. She couldn't go shopping.
Right. Okay. And the second one?
She told me. She told me that she really liked cooking.
Correct, but you can also use liked, right?
Yeah.
So it's optional.
But here, yeah, yes.
So do we leave it like or liked or likes?
السلام عليكم.
Like. Salam.
Yes.
I back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. The problem with the connection.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Nowadays it's very weak.
Yes, especially at night because everybody is at home in Ramadan using the internet. The network is overloaded. I have the same problem with my lessons at night. Sometimes it's difficult. With my other internet, it doesn't work. With 4G, it's still okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Last sentence.
Still, I have for the
You
last
have the
sentence.
last sentence. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Give us the last sentence so Hajar can also
Okay.
report it to me.
Okay. Next year, I am going to visit Egypt.
All right. Nice. That's right. Next year, I'm going to visit. Okay. All right. So Hajar, you can also report the last sentence. So you've got two other sentences to report.
I went to Tunisia last year. She said that she had went because we use past perfect when
correct, we do.
Yes.
And what's the past perfect of what's the past participle?
Yeah, gone. Sorry.
Is it gone is correct, but there's a better one.
Is it that she had?
Because if you say she'd gone to Tunisia, she's still in Tunisia. But it doesn't look like she's still there. She's here with us.
Yeah.
So we need another one, not gone.
Yeah. Traveled?
No. Stay with verb to be.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I mean, go. Stay with go.
Go.
It's, by the way, go and been in the past participle. Go and be in the past participle are the same.
Oh, she had been.
Right, been. She had been to
Tunisia. What? Last year.
Last year.
We changed it to yes. We changed it or.
I think you can change it. How do we say last year? In another way.
Last year. The year before.
No? Yes, or the year before, or the previous year, right?
Previous year, yes.
The previous year. Okay, correct. I'm going to talk a little bit about why it's important to change in a second. But let's do the last one. Can you report the last one?
Okay. Next year, I'm going to visit Egypt. She said that she will go, or no?
Not exactly.
She said that do we use next year before at the beginning of the sentence? The same?
No.
Yeah. She said that she will know.
But it's not will. Remember the general rule.
Yeah.
Everything goes back. Everything goes back one step to the past. So you can't use future. You can't use.
Yeah, I remember now. She said that she
yes,
was.
That's it.
She was going.
She was going
to visit Egypt.
Correct.
Here?
No, you have to change.
Yes.
I'll tell you when you can change it or not, but let's use the rule. The following year. Now the question is, why is it important to say the following year and the previous year? Why can't we just say next year, last year? Why? Now, if you're reporting something and it's fresh, like now. So for example, Sana just told me or just told you and you're reporting it to me maybe the next day, then it's okay. You can say next year. That's okay. Or you can say last year, that's okay. But the idea is sometimes maybe you're reporting something that's old. So maybe Sana told you these things. She told you this maybe 10 years ago. And now you're reporting it to me. So when you report it, you cannot say last year, next year. Do you get the idea? You'll have to say next year and last year according to the original sentence, to the direct speech. So the time has to be taken back to the original sentence. Do you get the idea? يعني موضوعها هذا نوعا ما optional. قصة ال following year وال previous. لو أن نقل الخبر قاعد طازة يعني ما فاتتش سنة زي ما نقولوا عادي تتعود زي ما هي. She said she'd been to Tunisia last year. That's okay. But if you're reporting something that's old, then you'll have to change. This is the idea. Okay, now let's move on. Let me show you another type of reported speech, but this time in this lesson, it's going to be a little different because we're going to report questions, requests, and imperatives, not only sentences, because in this lesson, the one that we were doing now, all of these are sentences. So we talked about reported speech for sentences, and in today's lesson, we're going to talk about reported speech for requests, questions, and imperatives. But first, let's start with some vocab. So here we've got a few jobs, not jobs, sorry, vocab about jobs. These are actually adjectives. So we're going to talk a little bit about these adjectives. I'm going to read all of them. And then if any of them are, I don't know, maybe new, we'll check the definitions on page 152, and we'll try to find out what they mean. But first of all, let me read them and let's guess if anything is new. So we've got demanding, well-paid, badly paid, temporary, permanent, full-time, part-time, stressful, challenging, rewarding, repetitive, lonely, glamorous, dull. So my question is, which of these are new? Maybe you haven't seen them before.
The first one.
The first one, Sana?
Yes.
Demanding.
Dull.
And
Dull.
dull and here
Rewarding.
And repetitive.
Which one? Repetitive. Repetitive. Right.
And the before last one.
Glamorous.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's try to guess the new words, the new adjectives. Let's guess their meaning. So demanding, it comes from the word demand. Do you know what the verb demand means? Sana? Demand. I demand to know, for example. No?
No.
Okay. Rewarding. Do you know the meaning of reward? Like a prize or a gift, a reward? Do you know the meaning of this word, reward?
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
Like gift. What do you mean?
Like a prize.
A
reward is like a prize.
It's you when you do something, when you done something.
Correct. When you do something good, or for example, usually in movies, you see that when someone loses a dog, they put the photo of the dog, And they say there's there's $100 reward if you find the dog. So if you find the lost dog, they'll give you a reward. So it's related. Rewarding is related to reward. Repetitive is related to repeat. It's from repetition. Repetitive. Do you get the idea? Repetitive. It comes from repeat. Glamorous. Glamorous, it comes from glamour. Do you like fashion, Sana?
Yes.
Fashion shows and glamour. Have you seen this word, glamorous, before? Related to fashion? No.
No.
Okay, dull. Do you know what dull means, Sana? Have you seen dull before?
No.
Okay, so dull, let me try to give you similar meanings and then I can show you the definitions. So demanding, it's a job which is hard in a way that it demands a lot of attention. It needs a lot of your time. It needs a lot of your effort. You get the idea? So demanding here, it's very similar to hard. So we can say, for example, that maybe firefighters or doctors or teachers have a demanding job. This means that their job requires a lot of attention or a lot of focus. It demands a lot of time. This is the meaning of demanding. Okay. Rewarding, it means this is a job that gives you a lot of pleasure. It gives you a lot of rewards. It means when you do it, you feel good about yourself. It makes you feel happy. This is rewarding. So if you have a rewarding job, it means your job, your work makes you happy. This is the meaning of rewarding. Repetitive, it comes from repeat. It means you have a job which is always the same thing. This is repetitive. It's always, you're repeating the same thing every day. So this is the meaning of, so repetitive is the adjective of repeat.
Repeat.
Yeah, repeat, repetitive. Glamorous, a glamorous job is something that allows you to see people, maybe rich people, famous people. For example, being a singer or being an actor is glamorous. Do you get the idea? It's not a normal job. It's like a special job. This is the meaning of glamorous. There's lots of attention. It's not like working in an office, for example. So if you want to think of people who have glamorous jobs, think of football players, singers, actors, musicians. Who else? You know, these kind of people, they have glamorous jobs. It means it's not boring, not normal. Dull means boring. This is the meaning of dull. But let me show you the definitions. Maybe it can give you some explanations which are a little better. So here, this is 89. Okay. Here we are. So you can see here, a demanding job needs lots of time and energy. Okay. This is the meaning of demanding. It needs lots of time and energy. Rewarding, it's a job that makes you feel satisfied when you do it well. Rewarding, you feel good about yourself. Repetitive, it means you do the same thing again and again. This is repetitive. Glamorous, it means exciting and attractive. Very exciting and attractive because it's connected with fame and success. Dull is boring. A dull job is very boring. Okay, are the meanings clear? Hajar, Sana?
Yes, now clear.
Okay, all right, excellent. Okay, so these are some of the words that maybe we'll listen to in the recording, but let's check our next exercise. So, okay, now Sana, tell me about two jobs that you know, maybe your job or maybe a friend's job or someone from the family. And tell me what do you think of their job using one of these adjectives. And you can use positive adjective, negative adjective. It's up to you. You can describe it any way you want, but try to describe this job. Tell us a little bit about it by using one of these adjectives, and then you can explain to us why you used this adjective to describe this job. Tell us a little bit about your job.
For me, my job in the beginning, it was always repetitive because I have some Excel file, and always every day I do the update for this file. Yes.
Okay.
This is repetitive, but now no.
Now,
yeah.
how did it change your job? How is it now?
Now it's for me it's okay. I start to do some job is not like before.
But is it a demanding job? Does it need a lot of
not very hard and not no.
Is it rewarding? Do you feel, does it make you feel satisfied?
Yes, I am satisfied with now, but sometimes because if there is a job in the field and we need to stay with the office in the office for to see the result of this job, yes, it's like demanding. And I should stay in the office to see the job, what will happen in this job.
I see.
Some period if there is a job, but sometimes no. If there is no job in the field and it's the normal production, and it's okay. It's just like repetitive, just to do update for some Excel sheets and like this, and follow the test of the result of the someone.
Okay, but would you describe it as dull? Is it a dull job?
Sometimes yes. Sometimes I feel it's very boring. I want to leave my office.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's no something to do. But sometimes sometimes there is no time, and the time is very speed.
You mean the time is really short?
You cannot feel, and you cannot feel with the time. Sometimes from the morning there is a job and there is the work, and
So time flies by.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, maybe Hajar. Hajar, tell us about a job. Maybe not your job, if you're not working, or it's up to you. If you want to tell us about your job, that's okay. But if you're not working, tell us about anybody you know, maybe a friend, a cousin, a brother, a parent, or someone who has a job, and try to describe their job for us using some of these adjectives.
Okay. I don't have a job, so don't know. But maybe it's about my husband's job. It's challenging.
Okay. Why is it challenging?
Because he has a company of wedding decoration. So every time they need to update with the decoration and to challenge with other companies.
I see. So there's lots of competition.
Yeah. Also, he has cafe, fast food cafe. So he has a lot of challenging with his job.
I see.
And he is stressful all the time.
Okay, so his job is stressful and he feels under stress. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay,
Yeah.
but does he say that his job is rewarding? No, or do you think it's not? What do you think?
Yeah. And before the corona, he is very good, and the job is rewarding very well. But now, because they're in Canada, where they haven't wedding, they couldn't do
because of the lockdown and because of
yes.
So it's difficult.
So yeah.
I see.
Only the cafe
Okay.
it worked. Yeah. So.
But remember, Hajr, that rewarding, we don't mean money.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we mean satisfaction.
Yeah, but because of the corona nowadays, he can't have rewarding anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't. His job isn't rewarding because he's not working as much as he wants before the lockdown. Yeah, I get your point. Okay, interesting. All right, so you can already see the topic of the lesson. It's mainly about work because of the details that they're giving us here. But now, before we do the listening, we have a few speaking questions that I'd like you to take a look at. And maybe we can answer these as well. So first question here is, okay, what's the best way to find a job in your town or city? This is the first question for us. Then they want us to say, have you ever had a job interview? If so, how did it go? And the last question, which questions are people usually asked at a job interview? So, okay, let's start with the first question. Let's start with you, Hajr. What's the best way to find a job in, for example, here in Tripoli?
Internet, Facebook pages, groups for investment. They call a Libyan investment.
Is it a page or is it a group?
There's a page, also there's a group. So there's a lot of job opportunity I saw.
Okay.
It's very good.
Have you ever applied for a job there?
No, because I don't want to get a job.
But do you know anybody who has? Maybe a friend, a family member?
Yes.
And did they get the job from there, from the page?
Yes. Yeah, because all the time the companies, also the what they called all companies, they.
You mean the companies that offer jobs? They put their job offers.
Yes. So there's a lot of jobs.
I see. Okay.
Private
company,
not public company.
No,
private.
both of them. No, both
private.
of them. Private and public. Sometimes there's a public.
Interesting. I thought it was only private.
No.
Yes, even me.
Also, what they called منظمات.
Organizations.
Yeah, organizations. So all the time they update about
the latest job offers.
Yeah, there's a.
Okay.
It's very nice page.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I think I've only checked it maybe a couple of times. I don't think I've ever applied for a job there, but I know the page is a great reference, but I haven't used it to get a job before.
Because but my two of my friends, they got a job for organizations in Libyan investment. So
interesting. And the organizations, are they in Libya or in Tunisia?
no, here in Libya.
Interesting. Okay. What about job interviews? Have you ever had a job interview, Hajar?
No.
No, you've never had a job interview.
No.
Okay, but what do you think the kind of questions they ask in a job interview, at a job interview? What do you think they will, if you have a job interview tomorrow, for example, let's imagine, what do you think they'll ask you?
They ask me about the skills I have. I don't know, but I think the most important thing is skills, languages.
That's kind of true. Yes, they do ask about these things.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see Sana's opinion here. Do you also agree with Hajar, Sana? Do you think Libyan investment is the best way to find a job in Tripoli? Or do you think there are other ways?
The first time I hear about this group, I don't know before.
Really? It's very famous.
Yeah.
It's a very famous page.
I don't know.
And Hajar is right, because there's lots of offers. I've checked it a few times and I usually find good offers. I didn't find something I want exactly, but she's right. Yes, there are organizations. I didn't know about public jobs from the government. I didn't think you can find them, but it seems that they also post their job offers there. So it's a good way to start if you're looking for a job for yourself or someone else. I think it's a good start. But what else do you think, Sana?
I don't know, but for me, I don't know, but I know lots of people stay at home with the high degree, but without job, and easy to find a job.
Do you think it's easy to find a job?
No, it's not easy. Yes. And maybe you need someone, maybe have a position to get the job.
Maybe you need someone who works in another company to get you the job, to get you accepted.
Yeah.
I think this is true, especially with private companies. I think this is true.
Yes.
Okay, what about job interviews? Have you ever had a job interview, Sana?
Yes, I did when I did before I get my job. I did in the private company.
Okay.
But I think I think it's not good interview, because he asked me about the language, English language, but in that time I don't have good language.
So how did you answer them? Did you answer in Arabic?
Yeah, and the person who asked me, it's Arabic
The person,
people.
okay, so the person was speaking in Arabic.
Yes, speaking Arabic, but he gave me paper, write it in English, and he want me to read the paper. And I told him, because I don't know English very well. I don't speak English. But just tell me, try. If sometimes you will, but I felt don't. Yes.
And did they tell you you have to take courses?
No, just I do the interview and go.
But why did they accept you if you failed? Do you have
No,
someone
he
who has a
didn't
good
accept
position?
me.
They didn't.
No, he didn't accept me.
I thought you were
I
talking
just
about this job, the one that you have now.
no, this job. No. This job is maybe I think it's forces from the NOC because I go to the NOC my and I took training for some I think it's 2 years or 1 year or 1 year and a half.
I see.
After that the NOC
they give you a job.
Yes. But and the company should accept all the people from the NOC.
I get your point. Okay, because I was laughing and making fun. I thought you were talking about the job you have now. So I was thinking, even without English, you still got the job. So I didn't know that you were talking about another one. Okay.
Another one. And
I see.
After I graduate immediately.
But have you tried to apply for another job other than the NOC? You haven't?
No.
Are you interested?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, my job now it's okay.
No, I'm saying, are you interested in looking for another job?
Maybe I want to do like a private job, maybe. I thinking, but what is the job I can do? I don't know. Because I think we need some skills.
I think English is the only real skill there. Most private companies look for, really. They just want English, I think.
Yes, but before I don't have. Now, yes, because I took training and like this. It's okay. Maybe now it's
maybe you have a better chance now.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that's good news.
I don't like to work with the private.
Okay.
Maybe if I want to do something for me personal. Maybe
you mean to start your own business?
Okay. But,
yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
I thinking, but I don't find something.
You haven't found something you're interested in yet.
Yes.
All right, but what kind of questions did they ask you? You mentioned just one question. You mentioned they told you to read something in English, right?
Yeah, but ask me it's what the grade and when you graduate and about the single or married. Even this question rises when in the.
And this was a private company.
Yes, private company. Yes.
Okay, interesting. We're gonna listen to something similar, but we're also gonna listen to an interview now. But the interview is about Eva. Remember Eva, Sana? Hajar, Sana, you were absent. Remember Eva, the one that broke her legs, if you remember from our last lesson. So she's having an audition, and you can see Max and the PA, Gabby. So I think they want her to do an audition. Do you know what an audition is, Sana? Audition. Have you heard of this?
Yes. From the last lesson.
Yes, exactly. Audition, yeah, from the last lesson. Okay. Okay, so now let's look at Eva and let's listen to what's gonna happen. So I want you to listen and then we can fill in the gaps, okay? So let me take you to the listening. This is track 17. Track 17. Here it is.
17.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. We've been watching you for a while, you know. We've got it all. Phone conversations, emails, text messages, bank statements, the lot. You're joking. You mean you're a cop? Got it in one, mate. And I hope you like prison food. Because unless you start giving me some names, you're gonna be eating it for the next 10 years.
Thank you very much, Eva. That was very good. Thanks, Gabby.
No problem. See you later.
Now, Eva, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. Go ahead.
Are you working at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
Do you have any acting work in the next 3 months?
Well, maybe. I've had some auditions for other TV programmes, but I'm still waiting to hear back from them.
And what was your last acting job?
I played a nurse in an episode of Ward 6 recently. You know, the TV hospital soap? I got hit by a car and ended up as a patient in the hospital I worked in. I died at the end of the episode. But it was a very challenging part.
OK, that sounds good. What other parts have you had recently?
Before that, well, I was a school teacher in a film called Flowers in Winter. I had the lead role in that. It was quite a demanding role, but very rewarding too. The film's coming out next month, I think.
Right. And where did you study acting?
I trained at the London School of Drama for 3 years.
Really? That's good. And the last question, are you available to start next week?
Next week? Yes, I think so.
OK, that's about all. Thanks for coming in. We've got your number, haven't we?
Yes, it's on my CV. Or you can call my agent.
Fine. We'll let you know by the end of the day. Have you got any questions?
Yes, I've got a couple actually. Who are the other actors in Undercover?
Okay. So let's try to complete the sentences. So number 1, are you working at the moment? Number 2, do you have any acting work in the next
3 months?
3 months. Let's write 3 months. What was your last?
Acting.
There's another word they use.
Actor job.
Yeah, but what do we call an acting job? There's a word for it that starts with the letter R. I might be mistaken, I'm not sure. Anyways, let's leave this, we'll come back to it. What about number 4? What other
Parts. No?
parts? Okay, let's write parts, and then we can check. Where did you?
Studying.
Study, yeah.
Study what? Study is
Acting.
correct. Study acting. Okay. Number 6, are you available to start?
Next week.
Next week?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's listen one last time and check our answers, and also check number 3. I think there's a word that starts with the letter R. I'm not sure if they mentioned it or not, but that's, I think, the word we need. So let's listen one last time and let's find out.
Track 17.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. We've been watching you for a while, you know. We've got it all. Phone conversations, emails, text messages, bank statements, the lot. You're joking. You mean you're a cop? Got it in one, mate. And I hope you like prison food. Because unless you start giving me some names, you're gonna be eating it for the next 10 years.
Thank you very much, Eva. That was very good. Thanks, Gabby.
No problem. See you later.
Now, Eva, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Sure. go ahead.
Are you working at the moment?
Not at the moment, no.
Do you have any acting work in the next 3 months?
Well, maybe. I've had some auditions for other TV programmes, but I'm still waiting to hear back from them.
And what was your last acting job?
I played a nurse in an episode of Ward 6 recently. You know, the TV hospital soap? I got hit by a car and ended up as a patient in the hospital I worked in. I died at the end of the episode, but it was a very challenging part.
OK, that sounds good. What other parts have you had recently?
Before that, well, I was a school teacher in a film called Flowers in Winter. I had the lead role in that. It was quite a demanding role, but very rewarding too. The film's coming out next month, I think.
Right. And where did you study acting?
I trained at the London School of Drama for 3 years.
Really? That's good. And the last question, are you available to start next week?
Next week? Yes, I think so.
OK, that's about all. Thanks for coming in. We've got your number, haven't we?
Yes, it's on my CV. Or you can call my agent.
Fine. We'll let you know by the end of the day. Have you got any questions?
Yes, I've got a couple actually. Who are the other actors in Undercover?
This means your answer for number 3 is correct when you said acting job, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, acting job. The word I was asking about was role. Do you know the word role?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
Yes, role.
because I thought that's the word they used. What was your last role? So I was waiting for role, but they used acting job. And the last one, are you available to start next what?
Week.
Correct. Next week. That's right. Okay, so this is Eva and her interview. Now let me show you what we're gonna do. We're just gonna listen to this one. We don't have to answer all of it, but I want you to pay attention to how Eva is reporting all the information to her boyfriend, right? Because now she finished the audition with Max and Gabby, and she's gonna tell her boyfriend all about the interview, okay? So it says here, Eva is telling her boyfriend Joe about the audition. Read sentences A to F, then listen and put them in order. So that's all we're gonna do. We just want to put them in order. But take a quick minute, just read A to F, and then we are gonna put them in order. Number 1 is already answered, which is A. But so just read very quickly, and then we can listen and check. Okay, are you ready? Let's listen.
Yes.
Yes, let's
Yes.
listen.
Track 18.
So, how did it go?
Oh, quite well, I think. It was quite stressful, though. I had to read from the script, then Max, the producer, interviewed me.
What did he ask you?
First, he asked me if I was working at the moment.
And how did you deal with that?
Well, I couldn't tell him I was a waitress working part-time in a cafe, could I? So I said no. Then he asked what my last acting job had been, so I told him about Ward 6.
That's good. It shows you're a working actress. Well, some of the time, anyway.
Very funny. He also asked if I had any acting work in the next 3 months.
And what did you say?
I told him about the other auditions and said I was very hopeful. That was the best thing to say, don't you think?
Yes, probably.
Oh, and he wanted to know where I'd studied acting.
Uh-huh.
So I told him about the drama school, of course.
Did he ask anything else?
Let me think. Yes, he asked me what other parts I'd had recently.
You told him about flowers in winter, I hope.
Of course. Then guess what?
What?
He wanted to know whether I was available to start next week.
Next week? So you've got the part?
No, not exactly. He said he'd let me know by the end of the day. But I have a good feeling about this. I really do.
Well, I really hope you get it. Will you still love me when you're famous?
No, I'll start going out with a good-looking man who's got a well-paid, glamorous job.
Hey!
Okay. So let's put the conversation in order. So A is number 1. What's the second thing she told her boyfriend?
C. He asked what my last acting job.
Okay. And after that?
B.
F.
F.
F, okay. And after that?
B.
Okay. He won, okay. What's the next one?
E.
Okay. This means the last one is D.
D.
T.
Right. Okay, is she working at the moment? Is there something that was any of the things she said to Max a lie? Did she lie about something?
Yes. She
What
worked.
part?
Yeah.
I think she worked in the cafe or something like that, but he didn't mention that.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the part she
The
didn't tell
waiter.
him. She's a waiter now.
Yeah.
This means she hasn't been acting for a while now. But was she lying about her old roles and her drama school, or was that true?
I think so.
You think it was a lie, or you think it was true?
It's a liar. She is a liar.
What do you think, Sana?
I don't know.
Okay, I think it's actually this is true. She just hadn't been working for a while. That's all. She hasn't been getting any roles, maybe. So that's why she's working as a waiter, as a waitress. But she is an actor, I think, because she did study in a drama school. Because her boyfriend was asking her, did you tell him about that role? Did you tell him about that, that school? So it's just the cafe part. All right, so this means in our next lesson, we're going to check the grammar itself. And I'm sure you can already notice that we didn't use said and told, right? Can you see it? Asked me, wanted to know, asked, wanted to, do you see? So there's a bit, so you can see already in the reported sentences that Eva told her boyfriend, we can already see that there's a bit of a difference because she's not reporting sentences, she's reporting questions. Can you see the part that we just finished together in 2B, these Max's questions? Can you see them?
Yes.
So actually, Eva was reporting Max's question to her boyfriend. Do you get the idea? So when you report questions, they will look like this. This is what happens when you report a question. It looks like this. So this will be our focus, inshallah. In our next lesson, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about the rules. How can you report a question? So there are a few tips. We're going to check reported speech questions. This is the first part. We'll discuss. Where is it? Here. Reported speech questions. And after that, after we finish this, we also have reported speech requests and imperatives. So we have two different types of reported speech. So this means together we have three different types of reported speech. We have for sentences, for questions, and for requests and imperatives. So hopefully we'll do this in our next lesson. All right, so that's all for tonight. Have a great weekend. good night, and I'll see you next time.
Good night.
See you.
All right. Alaikum salam. Good night.